So for this first part here, I'm going to take you through the textbook's example. They start off chapter 3 with talking about installing Oracle and all the process that you have to do that. And it's kind of interesting because they use a really old version of Oracle database for this. They're using 11G, the Express edition, which was probably really easy and fun to use at the time, but yeah, that time has passed. Currently, the Oracle Database Express Edition is at version 18, and after having some fun installing that on my home computer here, I decided that is not the direction I'm going to take you in. I'm going to show you how to do it in Access, since you should all have Access on your computers and using that. So when you go through the book, you're kind of going to skip a lot of it until you get to the part under Access, and I need to show you how to do it though. So they have how to build a table in Access. So I'm going to start up a blank database here. And we're not even going to give it a name because I'm just going to delete this later. It comes with a table already in it. I'm going to delete it just because I don't want to confuse you in the slightest. So let's get rid of that table there. Oh, it's open. Duh. All right, so now that table's gone, we're going to add some SQL commands. One thing about using Access is I love it because you can kind of see everything. It's very visual, and I'm a very visual kind of person. But you can absolutely do your SQL queries through it. You just need to make sure that when you click on Design, I might have gone through that too fast. When you go to Query Design, there'll be an option for you to go into SQL View. So if you just click on that, and then this is our current SQL view. Looks like I've got two going here, so let me make sure and close out of this one because I don't want to confuse anyone. And it already starts off with a select. Well, there's nothing really to select, but what we want to do is we want to start off with some code here. So we could do create table, and then the example to give you out of the textbook is for rep. And then so once you have your first command there, then you can go and start putting in all the rest of the typical SQL commands you'd expect. And just for fun, I copied and pasted theirs that they had out of the textbook that runs on Oracle, just to show you how you could do either one, and it wouldn't really make a difference whatsoever. Oops, I didn't quite get everything there. Let me try this one more time. There we go. So now that I have this, there's a few things that are not going to work in this, I know for sure. So when I get this statement or this list of commands are all ready to go, and I go to run this, it's going to say the syntax errors in the field definition. Okay, well the deal is that this decimal will not work inside of Access. It works in Oracle, but not in Access. So I know for a fact that what this really wants is the term currency. So I'm going to tell it what it wants to hear. And when it's also, let's say I've got that one right, I'm going to go to run it again. Then it doesn't like decimal either. Well, this one needs to be number. So once I have those two things fixed, I think this is going to work. Create table statement. Doesn't like that one either. Well, could it be that I have a syntax error here because I don't have my close parenthesis? Maybe. Yep, that was exactly what it was. So what you'll do sometimes is in the textbook they'll show you where they have the commas and they show up, or the open parentheses, and they start right where something starts off. I always like to keep those separate, so I keep track of exactly where all my opening statements and closing statements are. The commas just allow you to run multiple things at the same time. But be conscious of that. Keep them on separate lines, and that's how I figured out right away that, oh, okay, yeah, that's not the thing that I'm looking for. So if I go to open up this table here, then here's my rep table, and it's all ready for me to start plugging information into, which is fantastic. So when I get ready and all done with this, and I want to save this, we're going to give this query name something, and I'm going to call it exactly what it is, which is create table rep. So that way I don't have to ever think about doing it again. And let's just say, for example, I want to do this again, change this query even slightly. All you have to do is basically, instead of calling it rep, we're calling it rep3. And then once I save that, then when I go to run this again, oh, where did my run go? Interesting. Well, in order to get to the run, you have to be in the create area. in the query design area, and then you'll see where the run is. So then this pops up. So now when I go to do this, I can do it again. Now I could run it and get my rep 3. And then let's just say, for example, I change this query and we're going to make it rep 4 this time. And let me save this. Now what I could also do is I could also just double click on this. And it says have it was one destination field. Oh man, did I break this? Did I make this wrong? Well, not necessarily. It's just not doing what you think it might do. But when you go to run it, see, it'll do your rep 4, and now we have all these tables that are actually working right. One other glitch I'll show you about in that when you go to options, you have to make sure that under current database that you have track name autocorrect turned off. And that's one of those glitches that's in this for whatever reason. So make sure that is turned off. And then once I have that, oh, whoops, I already have let me go through and edit this again. And this time we'll make it rep 5. And then save it. And then let's see if it works right this time. Nope, still wants to do the destination field, but you know what? I know it works because I can just click here and get my rep 5. So, like I said, pretty easy to do, and this is your solution for the first part of chapter 3.